on the right. Royal rift between brothers William and Harry, with reports that they are set to pay respects to their mother today, but thousands of miles apart.
The Diana Award will take place in London later, with the Prince of Wales set to make a short speech and present legacy awards to this year's winners. But Harry will only make a short appearance via video link from his Montecito mansion.
Well, joining us now to unpack a lot of it is royal biographer Tom Bower. I mean, it's not only that Harry's not over in person for this. As far as I understand, William's going to be in the building presenting some awards. He's going to then leave to go and rejoin Kate, and only then is Harry going to be beamed in to address crowds once his brothers exited the building.
Well, yes, and the point is that the two don't speak for good reasons. Harry treated William appallingly, treated Kate appallingly, has told not only mischievous untruths, but has also defamed them. And I'm not surprised that William doesn't want anything to do with Harry, even on this very important day commemorating their mother.
Would you agree, Tom, that even perhaps a profuse apology on Harry's part will not repair the damage that both him and Meghan have caused over the past 2 or 3 years? It's a very sad memory that when they opened the memorial, the Diana Memorial, the one thing these two brothers are united on is a devotion to the memory of their beloved mother. And when they unveiled the memorial down in Kensington, that they came together physically for that. And now here we are 3 years on, and Harry is not even going to appear at the same time as William. He'll be zoomed in after William's bit of the ceremony has finished. So the depth, the Arctic nature of this bitter feud cannot be overstated, can it?
No, it can't be, and it's very sad in a way. Of course, it's very sad. It would have been so much better if Harry had stayed in Britain and Meghan had played the part which everyone thought she wanted to play in part of the royal family. But the problem is that Meghan wanted to really be the Queen, and Harry was her lapdog. He did everything to support Meghan because he needed her. And he's a very needy person. He's damaged himself beyond repair, in my view. And now desperately probably wants to find a way back because really he's in a dead end. But I don't blame William at all not wanting anything to do with Harry. Even an apology, I doubt at this moment, would be heartfelt.
How do you think William's doing in all of this? Because when you think about William right now, he's got his dad who's extremely poorly, unable to carry out royal duties, his wife recovering from surgery, a maelstrom of social media speculation with all sorts of opinions and conspiracy theories, many of which implicate him, and a brother who's an absolute bonehead, and at the same time, he's having to up his workload to fill in all the gaps. It can't be easy.
No, I think it's terribly difficult. One feels very sorry for William, and he didn't even actually volunteer for the job. We all want him to do it successfully. We're a monarchist. You want William to be a successful Prince of Wales and then a successful king. I think it's very, very difficult for him. I think the weakness he's suffering at the moment is he doesn't have good staff around him, and therefore he doesn't get the advice to avoid the mistakes which have happened over the past few weeks. Firstly, obviously, with the unfortunate photograph of Kate and her children, and then not appearing at this memorial for the late King of Greece, having Andrew and Fergie in the front there. It looked terrible. And so it goes on. But William, I think, is much loved. And, you know, the thing about William is he wants to create his own monarchy, just as Charles did. And William thinks he should be a modern monarch, part of young people, he's part of the up-and-coming, the 30, 40-year-olds and the 20-year-olds, and he's quite right. Young people will only have affection for the monarchy if they can identify with it. And William wants to create that identity and separate himself from his father's and grandmother's way of doing things. And you know, there's justification in that. He's just got to be, I think, a bit more careful.
Tom, you alluded there to the quality of the staff at these royal palaces. And there's a lot of calls right now, particularly by Fleet Street papers, The Sun, The Mail, saying, lay off Kate. Kate remains extremely popular. The Photoshop saga, was just beyond belief, a kind of outbreak of kind of Everest type amateurism. Now, if William wants to create his own monarchy, might I suggest that he gets staff in who are not sort of forelock-touching, deferential, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, yes, Kate, you go off and you play around with that photo and we'll put it out to the world's photo agencies. They need people in those palaces to say, no, 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 sir, this will not work. You have to do it this way. Am I right?
You're absolutely right. But, you know, one of the great weaknesses of people in power is they don't like appointing somebody who's going to say no. And the worst example, or best example of that, of course, is King Charles himself, who whenever someone said no to him, that was the last thing he said. He was instantly fired. I fear that William may be following the same way. And I do urge him through your program now to start thinking very hard about getting some very intelligent, savvy people in his entourage, in his bureaucracy, who will say no to him or will say, we can do it a better way. Well, and the Photoshop thing will blow over. It was the product of you know, just one of those things.